All right, welcome everybody. Thank you for tuning in. If you were watching the stream tonight, I am Charlie. I'm the DM for this crazy group. We are out 2 of our players. I'm going to say Vera, but I doubt that's going to be that person's name once they join in. And then Arceus is out. Don't worry, our favorite slightly evil person, Harag, to keep us in check, is here, just having some technical difficulties. So let's go through and do introductions and start with Matt.
Matt. I'm playing Balric. Well, I am Balric. He is me. I am a dwarven ranger, but like we were talking earlier, I'm not exactly the greatest ranger. So
It's okay. Can't be great at everything. You're good at skinning sharks. All right, and then we have Jackie.
Hello, I'm Jackie. I am playing Faith, the Tiefling Warlock Paladin.
Okay. Even though your camera is not up, we do have Harag with us.
Yes, technology just has to be stupid. Hello,
Says the
I
smart
am
guy.
Derek. Right. I am playing Harag, our elf necromancer who is evil in many ways, but Duper is trying to help.
All right, and then, of course, we have Duper.
Welcome back, everyone. I am Devin, and like Derek and Charlie have said, I am playing Duper, our resident paladin.
Awesome. All right, so anyone who would like to recap for us?
We split the party last week, and Harag and Balrek went to search for animals one way, and Duper and I went to search for a kitty the other way, and we ended up going to try and save the kitty. Oh, but before that, we found out there were a bunch of farm animals missing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and that is pretty much where we got. We found out that the animals were missing. We dealt with Blep being extremely excited.
Oh yes, we had to. Oh yeah, he's going to be an honorary paladin.
Yeah, he is being trained by Duper, apparently. And then they did decide to split the party, which I was not prepared for. But then they quickly came back together, which I also wasn't prepared for, so it was very confusing for me last week. All right, so
I couldn't go with that side. I couldn't tell from your side.
I was floored. All right, so that takes us to where we currently are. So we have a trapped kitten, who is in a pretty thick thicket. A thick thicket? Ooh, that's like doing a double negative. But yes, so the group has just arrived. You see this very intertwined, so much so that there is even live things growing up in all of these thorns and the fallen debris from the forest. It's almost like a big giant tumbleweed of sorts, but not as tumbleweedy. It's not blowing through. And it's about 20 feet wide, 10 feet high, and you can only just kind of see the eyes of the kitten, and you're hearing it meow, and it is beginning to sound like it might be in distress, or that it's stressed out as it's in this thicket trying to figure its way out. What would you all like to do?
Probably not the one to do this, but I would like to investigate the brush that the kitty's in.
What are you specifically like wanting to like get from that?
Either what it is or how to navigate through it, what kinds of openings there may be, maybe acrobatics the way through it, if that's a possibility.
That's quite the investigation. How about you pick one or two things? So you're wanting to
Let's
get
start.
more of a sense of what
Yes.
it is.
Yes, let's start with what it is.
Okay. Go ahead and roll investigation for me as you're peeking around, trying to kind of see what you can see through and go from there. Okay. That's pretty decent.
I'll take it.
So as you are looking around this giant pile that's kind of twisted itself into this big like ball of sticks and thorns, even small bushes and small trees growing up through it, you are able to see that how the cat got to where it is it looks as though the cat went upwards, like it climbed up and then and I guess you can fly, so you probably would be flying up. So like flying up to the top, like kind of following, like you see little tufts of fur on the thorns and going up to the top. You see that it looks like it went up and then it kind of fell through. It is pretty tightly compacted, especially down like the bottom and things, but it looks like maybe the smallest of the group might be able to squeeze their way through, perhaps not safely, but they might be able to squeeze through.
Could I also do like some kind of check? I'm not sure exactly what it would be to. So I do actually have skills with woodcarver's tools. And there's like different types of wood that it could possibly be. Could I tell what kind of wood this is? Like
Yeah. I would think that would be nature.
nature. Oh, I was actually already in there. Dang. Like I said, not a good not a good ranger.
Well, you are right. Not a good ranger. But like looking around, I mean, it matches like the bark on the trees like surrounding the area. So it kind of your take on it is that it's fallen branches and things that just have kind of accumulated over time.
Okay.
Rob, want to
Alright.
do anything before Cooper gets this started?
I was gonna go up and try to poke it with my staff, but my luck, I poke it and it engulfs the staff. So, could I do an Arcana check to see if this is a magical pile of thorns?
You can. I played the wrong thing. I wanted to play Dumb Ways to Die, but I can't actually see what I'm clicking. So that was an epic fail on my part. I knew what I was going for.
Well, I epic
now I
failed
feel
too. I only got a 9.
So you're trying to see if this is magical at all. As you are kind of looking through, you feel like the bottom area that maybe it had been like a entangled spell that was cast at one point, and then that debris was left there, and it kind of led to the buildup of this.
Interesting.
So Balric said it looks like stick. Can we just move it? It just looks like sticks and branches.
You certainly can
And we're
try.
Are you gonna play Dumb Ways to Die now?
No, because I will never be able to click the right thing. I have too many things. My OBS is like too full. Here we go. I fixed this now. Here we go. All right. I mean,
But
you
okay.
are welcome to move sticks.
Well, I'll talk to Duper and see if he's down for going in there.
Balric tries to bribe the DM.
I was just typing in the chat. Maybe I'll play nice.
As Faith kind of relays, and I'm assuming that Harog and Balric would kind of exclaim the rest of us of what they've figured out. I would like to use my Word of Radiance, not on the cat. I want to use my focal point on the cat to see if there is anything around him that is hiding, waiting for someone to come try and save him. For any one of us kind of tries to climb in there and get the cat.
Okay, so that's Word of Radiance.
Yep. I can target. Let me. I don't want to cast it in Foundry because then we get that stupid.
Right, we get all that.
Yeah. So.
Wrong character.
Let's see. Utter Divine Word. A burning radiance erupts from me upon each creature of my choice. I can see within range. So I want to target the brush around the cat. So all of the brush within a... Dude, it doesn't tell me how big of a square that is.
Okay, so question. Are you wanting the brush to try to move? Are you trying to see if the brush happens to be a creature?
Yes.
Okay, and so then what exactly is radiant damage? Like, is this gonna set the brush on fire? I guess it's not fire.
No, it is...
Okay, it's kind of like a holy damage.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, I'm down for it.
So I am going
a sunburn quick.
I am going to cast that, and like I said, I'm not going to put it in Foundry because then we got to deal with that for like 15 minutes before it decides.
No,
to, like,
I've learned how to turn it off, I think.
Okay, so I can.
Yeah, let's give it a go. Let's see how well my Foundry skills are.
Let me cast that, and let's just go. You said that the cat would be almost in the middle of this brush pile, right?
Yeah, so it's probably about, like, I would say 4 feet down into the brush.
Okay.
Look at that. It'll be there the rest of the night, everybody. Okay, so as this radiance erupts from you, and so it's kind of like a radiant light. It's like dancing across into the brush. The kitten begins meowing, not sure what is going on, very like loud and kind of shrieking like. And I have no idea if cats like actually notice the difference in lights, but we're gonna go with it. And is kind of meowing from it, and you all like brace yourself, waiting to see if the brush is going to begin to move, and you notice like up at this area that I'm pinging, the upper like left, like right at the edge of that, it does begin to move. Like all of a sudden one of the branches like is suddenly moving through the air. what would you do?
Can I try and see if something did or if something moved it? I would probably like kind of move, like aim my bow over toward it, just in case if something was kind of stalking in there.
In case it's actually a thing and not
Yeah.
the branch itself.
I would say that would be probably more perception than anything. If you want to give me a perception check on that. What's your passive?
My passive is, oh dear, I have so many
wait.
screens
I
open.
have it easier. I forgot
11.
Okay, so basically the same. As you are looking, and that branch moves, and you kind of like track it with your arrow going down. You realize it was just the wind, blowing a loose branch. And so, Duper, with your Word of Radiance, you do not detect that there is anything that would need to be saved from your radiant light that is now cast upon us.
Must be a little jumpy. Just the wind.
You believe it is safe for of us to try and save the cat?
Unfortunately, it appears that you are the only one who can fit, my friend.
It's true. I give it a go. And I will try to maneuver my way to the cat.
I will ready an Eldritch Blast just in case.
And I'll be keeping an eye out too, just in case also.
Well, for all prepping things, I'll prep a firebolt. Here we go.
I'll keep an
just
eye on
want-
your back and an arrow out of your butt.
I want us to be clear. We know Duper is going inside of this, right?
Yep.
Because
And we are
I'm not
watching.
sure. Yeah, you were watching, ready to cast shit in his direction as he goes into this tightly packed.
No
We should
one
have just
rolling
stayed
that
separate.
once, because then.
Okay. So Duper, describe how you go about entering into the thicket.
So, I kind of start off with, I want to try and see if there is a easier way, just kind of diving in straight on where the cat is.
You want to see if there's an easier way than diving from the top?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, for you, I think. I guess if you use your jumping thing, you can jump pretty high. But I think someone of your height, anything would be easier than jumping.
Right.
So as you are peering around, and Faith had also kind of noticed some, larger pathways. So give me an investigation, and let's do it with advantage because, like, the group has looked and kind of pointed out some possible entryways for someone of your size.
Okay.
Nice.
Just in case it's a nat 20, and it is not.
It is not. Okay, so as you are going around, you notice, up at if looking at the map, the northernmost part where there's, like, that little ledge that's kind of sticking out, it looks as though if you were to kind of climb up about 2 feet, that there's, like, a nice little hole in that area that you would be able to kind of squeeze in. You can't really see. I mean, this is, like, really compacted, so, like, it's hard to get, like, a good sense of just how far can I go. But you are able to see a good point of entry at that point to at least get started.
Yeah, I will kind of meander my way over there, and that will be where I enter this entanglement.
Okay.
Let me...
Yeah, and I unpaused it, so if you want to move stuff
You
around,
may
you
want to
can.
make sure we can see you at all times.
Okay. that about where this entrance is?
It would help if I was clicking the right things and not targeting you. I don't know why I'm targeting you. Yeah, right where I just moved you over.
Okay. Perfect. So yes, I will begin my trek into this entanglement.
All right, so as you climb up or hop up that 2 feet to get in, which wouldn't be a problem for a little rabbit there, you get inside and like it is very similar to like if you've ever been in a cave before and like you feel as though the walls are kind of coming around you, like it is that thickly packed together around that like it definitely feels suffocating. And as like you're moving yourself through, the thorns are kind of like hitting your fur and like taking a little bit of it off as you're kind of going in. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Nice.
That'll work.
And we will roll with that for
That'll
as you're
do
kind of moving through. And so like the first time like you feel one of these thorns like starting to like press into you, you kind of like take like one of the like a deep breath, like almost like trying to suck all like get one last big breath and then like kind of holding it so you don't have to be like breathing in and out and having your chest rise, and you end up kind of turning yourself and you're like pretzeling your way through this thicket, and you get about 6 feet in. Let's see. No, that's not what I wanted to do. This is why I don't play with stuff. Nope. Well, I mean, why do we have to have different rulers? Like, let's do something else. Okay, so I would say you get about like 6 feet in, moving and kind of squeezing your body, moving around, not really dodging, but avoiding the different thorns on your way in. And then you get to a point where you can either go up or you can go down, but you can't keep going straight towards like where you are expecting the cat to be.
Okay. Ooh. I try to go up.
Okay. Yeah, so
I need to make another check.
Actually, Duper, do you have dark vision?
No.
And so it begins.
Wait, is Word of Radiance already still up?
Yeah, if Word
I
of
guess
Radiance
that would
is
be.
still up, you might still be able to see.
How long does that stay? I know I closed it, but like, how long does that stay up?
Let me look real quick.
While he's looking, if I see any duper fluff, can I like grab it and store it in my bag?
Yeah,
I may not be
it's-
able to skin him, but I can grab his fluff.
Casting time, 1 action. It just says instantaneous. It doesn't give me a actual time length.
All right, so I mean, with moving through, that would have taken a while. So let's say that allowed you to get to the point where you're at, and now you are like
Okay.
in darkness. You knew that you could go up or down, but like you can't see Jack at this point.
Do it again.
You have friends.
Well, this is true. I will kind of scream out to the party and ask if they can see easier way to get to the cat.
Can I see an easier way to get to the cat?
An investigation, Balric.
Oh dear, I'm not going to do as well as he did, but
That ain't bad.
I bet
It's
no
not
matter what I
bad.
do, I fail.
But you're also behind him looking and stuff. So as you're back there, at the because you were looking to see if you could find any duper fluff, and so you just start picking up little patches of his fur. Are you going to follow him in, or are you just gonna get what you can get without going into the thicket?
yeah, basically just grab what I can get without going in, and then other than that, just kind of keeping an eye out until he asks for some help.
Right now.
Yeah, so you do hear him calling out asking for some help. But we're from your angle, you don't see anything better than what he's already been doing.
Ah, I can't find anything that really looks like it would be easier. Um, it's if I could have some more of this fluff when you get out of there, that would be fantastic. I have an idea.
Are you still trying to hunt
Priorities.
him?
Sometimes.
That is such a great way to spend your time. You ask the others if they did not hear me calling out.
Can any of you guys see an easier way for where for Duper to get to the cat?
How about you, Harag?
Oh god. Do I see an easier way to the cat?
What are
Is
you
it a,
currently?
investigation?
What are you? Yeah, investigation.
Investigation.
And what are you doing to try to find a better way to the cat? Is this a dumb ways to die
Ask the
moment?
evil one.
Oh yeah. So, moving up to where they went, Harog's just gonna walk up to it and try to look into it.
Okay.
And let's see if I do anything less to a 10 with investigation.
Hey, you got a
Oh,
12.
oh,
I'm
it was
proud of you.
Close.
Thank you for that, Matt. So you kind of peering through, and do you have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Oh, is Duper the only one? Well, that's really easy for me to be able to remember. So as you are peering in, you can see that going up seems to be more favorable for Duper.
Why, my little rabbit friend, continue your trek up the thicket. You can enter from there.
It is much appreciated. See, our evil companion doing so much to help. I will continue up.
All right, my friend who... so... Okay. To go up, you're gonna need to do another dexterity saving throw, but it would be disadvantaged because you can't see. But you can, if you want to, you can cast Word of Radiance again, and that's fine too. But whatever you would like to do.
I will try with disadvantage this time.
Okay.
That's not bad. And here comes the bad one. Oof.
Okay, so as you were
I think you just hit
going,
your head on the branch.
roll me a d4.
D4. It's a straight D4. Okay. And roll.
Shoot.
Naturally.
Oof.
The
Sure,
group
that's
hears...
the one I get the max.
Right. The group hears as Duper lets out a, oof, that one hurt. As one of the thorns just, like, jam right into your side as you're moving upwards.
You good? Duper, are you okay?
Maybe this was not such a good idea.
As you're moving, though, the sound of the kitten is becoming increasingly louder for you.
Hey, do I take 4 damage from that?
You do, yes. You're taking
Okay,
4 piercing
perfect.
damage.
Okay.
Yes,
wanted
the
to make
mind's
sure I
eye,
had my-
the goal is for me to TPK them. We're down 2 players tonight, so, like, highly likely, I think. As they like to pick dumb ways to die.
To go back after the goat? No, I'm kidding.
The goat
Oh,
is later.
gosh. The goats.
Don't leave
The
me here.
goats. Alright, is there
So
anything
after-
anyone on the outside would like to be working on doing while Duper is maneuvering his way through?
You know what? I am going to try and find the most direct route and start trying to move branches, see what happens. Make a better exit.
Okay, and are you doing that on the ground level or up at the top?
He's a bunny rabbit, so I'm going to do that towards the ground.
Okay.
I'll continue keeping an eye out, just to make sure that nothing's like trying to sneak up on us or anything like that. So.
Alright, so let's have Faith, let's go ahead and have you roll a investigation. And Balric, roll me a perception for as you're kind of watching to see if anything's coming towards the group.
Nope, I see nothing.
I don't know why I
You
keep on
also
saying
don't-
that I'll be
Oh,
looking
no.
out for things.
What kind of ranger are you?
A bad one.
Both of them see branches.
So, yeah, branch.
Balric is just too focused on what he might be doing with the fur that, like, he is not paying any attention really to what is happening around or anything like that. He feels pretty confident that this is the main problem, is gathering up Duper's fur. Faith, you... Oh, go ahead.
The cogs are turning.
I mean, I think the chat is, like, waiting to see what's going to happen with this, so... And then as Faith is taking a look around and trying to get a sense of what is going on, you just become very... I am not even gonna say this, but it's like my go-to is to say distracted. You become very fixated on looking in the like most inconvenient of places. So you know that Duper went in from the northernmost point of this thicket, and you begin moving branches from the southernmost point of the thicket, completely like away of any trail that he would have already made for himself and like be familiar with. Like you're doing the opposite of that. But you feel as though you're being very helpful.
I am always helpful.
Harag, what are you going to do?
Harag is going to continue to try to guide Duper to the cat the best he can, knowing he's just gonna see sticks.
Hey, sticks are
faith.
alright.
Gotta have faith.
I'm right here. I am moving these random sticks that are not helping at all.
You don't know that.
Yeah, you think that what you are doing is exactly what the group needs. Yeah, so Harag, as you are kind of watching and seeing what's going on, you can roll me another investigation.
Please be over a 10. That is not over a 10.
You definitely see sticks.
We all see sticks now.
Every character, investigation and perception,
Sticks.
I never, ever roll over 10.
I didn't think that this was going to be like the easiest session to DM for. I didn't think I just get to say, okay, everybody uses sticks over and over again for 3 hours, but here we might in fact be, but that's cool. So actually this is what is going to happen. So as Faith is moving these sticks, and Balric is keeping watch and Harag is helping guide Duper, Harag, you like notice near the northmost, northeastmost corner, that bush that Balric is near, you feel as though like you've seen some rustling happening, and you call to Balric to alert him to the rustle in the bush. Balric, what would you do?
I will take out one of my light hammers and just start smacking into the bush. I just want to beat the crap out of the bush.
You begin beating the crap out of that bush, and as you do, I mean, it's a berry bush, and like, so as you're beating the crap out of the bush, like, all the juice of the berry is just like splattering all over you, but it's red, like, it's blood red, and it's splattering all over you, and you're standing there covered in what you're not quite sure of because you're just swinging at it at this point. Very perceptive.
After what seems like a good amount of time, I'll say, "There, I killed it. Thank you very much, Harog." If a ranger could rage, he would.
Harag, you're looking at him and you just see him like this red like ooze just kind of dripping like all over his armor and everything, his hammer in his hand, like he has clearly beat something.
For as small as you are, my dear Balric, you got it.
Faith, you notice nothing as you're over there tossing sticks.
No, these sticks are very important. A coming, Duper.
Alright, and Duper, you are moving yourself closer in. Definitely, you were, you know, you took a pretty substantial, considering it was only a D4. You have a pretty painful thorn in your side, but you are moving your way as best as you can in the dark, kind of feeling. I imagine that you're, like, reaching and kind of seeing, like, how much space there is as you're kind of pulling your way through. As you continue up, Duper, you feel as though, like, when you go to reach, you kind of feel like you're hitting a wall, like, reaching up, trying to keep pulling yourself up. You, like, first really notice it, as you're going, like, pressing down, like, against your head. I would say it was pressing your ears down, but we awkwardly found out last week that your ears are already down. But you, like, just kind of feel like you're hitting your head up against the ceiling, if you will, as you're trying to climb up.
Okay. After this thorn decided to make a new home in my side, I definitely want to use my Word of Radiance again.
Okay.
So I can kind of get a better look at what this is.
And if that's a leveled spell, you can just mark it off. We don't need to put the template back up again.
No, it's actually a cantrip, so I can.
Oh, even better. Yeah, you can use it over and over again. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you go ahead and, tired of these thorns hitting into your side and poking you, you cast Word of Radiance, and a radiant light just transcends from you into the very crevices of this thicket, and, like, as you do this at the like right exact moment as you're casting it, and I don't know, so like I imagine if I were a spellcaster that I would close my eyes when casting a spell for whatever reason. Like that just seems like what I would do, but I'm gonna guess most people wouldn't. But
Yeah.
do you close your eyes or keep them open? Does Duper close or keep them open?
So with me being in as close proximity as I am, I'm going to close my eyes when I cast it and wait a couple seconds for me to open them back up.
Okay. Yeah, so you close your eyes as you're casting this. And what is your word of radiance?
So my word of radiance is the same name that I gave my fantastic sword. It is Lysandra.
Okay. Yeah, so you close your eyes, you say Lysandra, as you have your eyes closed, you wait that moment and you open up your eyes, and as you do, you are like so close. It's like if you take something and you put it like really up to your face and you can't quite make out what it is, you are so close to a thorn being jabbed into your eyeball as you open up your eyes after saying this word of radiance.
Oh. Okay.
For the record, I would never like,
Yeah.
permanently injure anyone, but like that seemed fitting, right? Like it's there, but it didn't actually hurt you.
Yeah, that's so after seeing this horn, I do a check to kind of see if there was at this point if there was a different way I could take to get closer to the cat without trying to maneuver around this thorn.
Okay, yeah, roll me an investigation.
Somebody's got to succeed at one point.
My
One of these times we have
investigation
to
is
roll
not
well.
great.
Oh, that's good.
Hey,
Well, I mean, let's be real. You guys are just climbing in a thorn bush right now. It's not like there's some bad thing. I'm not a multi-stepped DM over here. So like, Balric would have missed anything I was throwing your way, and now we have Duper like in the middle of this, so like everybody would be screwed.
Yeah, what hasn't been noticed is the 4 gelatinous cubes that are also in there with him now. No,
Oh no.
No, Black Ooze. Black Ooze has been my go-to thing. My Saturday group has been carrying a huge barrel of it around with them, so maybe there's some of that. Maybe you were in the same woods as them. Who even knows? It's no longer Stormwreck Isle, it's just the coast. You do see, as you're investigating around trying to find an easier way, it looks like instead of trying to go up, where you would undoubtedly roll 4 damage, I'm sure, that you need to, instead of pushing up, you need to go more, and I'm like really bad at like thinking through this map, and like where you need to go towards more where like you can hear her pulling the sticks out. You need to go kind of in that direction versus Balric, who is hitting berries with his hammer.
Okay, so I will start maneuvering my way towards where I feel would be the easiest way to get to the feline.
Okay. Yeah, so you do begin moving in that direction. Now you can see, so you're easily kind of paying attention to what's ahead of you as you're going, and you get to a point where you are right underneath the cat. So the cat is 2 feet above you, like kind of in like basically a nest, right? Like, I mean, that's what this is. It's a nest, but it happens to be full of a lot of thorns. So the cat is kind of in this little nest area. There is from where you're at, like it appears like there's a branch that has one of the cat's paws maybe trapped underneath it. But you are standing in the thicket below the cat, about 2 feet below it.
Okay. And being this close to the cat with that could I tell if the cat is hurt at all, or if it's just kind of just stuck and kind of hanging out where he's at?
Make a medicine check.
Okay. That is not what I wanted. I just rolled that in D&D. Oh, hey, it still rolled.
Yeah, and if it's easier for you to roll stuff on D&D Beyond, like, I don't care either way how you roll. So with a 10, you're not certain if the cat is hurt or not, but you are certain that the cat is not bloodied at all. So no penetrating thorns on the cat, from what you can tell.
Okay. Ooh. Shoot,
Okay.
what to do now? If anyone else wants to do anything in this time, that is perfectly okay.
Yes.
I'm totally clearing a way for you. It's the best way.
It's the only way.
It's the way, Charlie.
This is the way.
This is the way.
You do not know the way.
You're magically blurred out,
I have
Charlie.
Oh my goodness. This is the way. Yeah, let's actually put Faith where Faith is like over here moving these little twigs at the very end.
Oh, I'm not even moving in the right direction. Okay. I'm not even moving the right way.
So at this point, I would be about right, like almost like right underneath of where the cat
Yeah, look at that.
is,
You
right?
are underneath. That was actually kind of cool. Your token slid underneath. See, I can get a couple things right. Yeah, so you're like right underneath. You probably can't reach that far. How short do you think
Right.
a Haragon's arm like span would be?
So,
I guess
in
so.
total,
My step grandpa had told me once that like your arm span is equal to your height. I don't know if that's scientifically proven or not, but I feel like that is probably a good guesstimate.
yeah, I have heard that too. So I would imagine that one arm would be pretty close to half of my height. Is kind of what or pretty close to it.
Yeah, well, maybe not quite at like I
Well,
would say yeah, really
yeah.
close, because then you have like your
Yeah,
thing.
your shoulder and
Yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll just go with that. So what your height is 2.5 feet?
Let me double check to see if I put it in my. I am 3 foot tall, so just under 1.5 feet.
Yeah, so like you try reaching in, but you just can't quite get all the way to the kitten whiskers.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything?
I'll kind of shout in there. Can you see okay, buddy?
And being as far as I am from Balric, I will try to make out what he had said and try to yell the best response that I can through this thicket, and I will say to him, directly underneath of the kitten. I am trying to find a way to it. It appears to be stuck.
I'm trying. Oh yeah, you use a sword. Dang.
Hmm.
You use a sword. I was gonna say something like, Just chop the wood.
Yeah.
I was
I
over
was
here
gonna
thinking
say
of
if-
using primal savagery, but it won't work.
Yeah. No. Well, see, if I was a turtle, this would be awesome because my unarmed strikes do like a lot of damage. But
I also did not
At that
mean
point,
for
you
this
just
to
eat the
turn
wood.
into the Duper show, so I do apologize if anyone is feeling left out.
I was gonna say if you
Honestly, I'm only feeling left out because I can't roll for crap today. I'm off
I
in
don't
the
know.
corner doing
Can
my
anyone
own
fly
thing.
in the group?
Oh yeah.
Faith can.
if you couldn't see, I was gonna just light it on fire, but
Ooh.
because
You
that's
need to
about how
quit
my
hanging
rolls
out
have
with
been going.
Harag.
Harag, how are you feeling, buddy? Hanging out, trying to be good and resist that evil.
Probably still looking at sticks.
Dicks.
Oh gosh. So really, the
Part of me wants
campaign
to
has
try
turned
primal savagery.
into stick hunting,
More sticks.
and this animal
Look at that
thing is gonna go forever.
To be fair, two of us have wood carving tools, so you know.
Yeah.
But the one that is in the thicket does not.
And the two that are not are our shitty rollers tonight. We are winning, everybody.
I will still be keeping an eye out though, and trying to, like, especially with how long he's been in there, kind of looking to see if I can kind of see through like a different way that would maybe make it easier or anything like that. Especially with my wood carving tools, see if I could like find a way to, like, maybe, I don't know, chop or hack through.
I mean, you hacked through those berries,
God, right,
so
fire.
like,
With a hammer, even.
yeah, with a hammer.
Got them.
Oh gosh. Okay. So are you going to then start like kind of moving in and helping to make the path more clear? Did I understand that right?
Yep. Yeah. Basically, just try and kind of like clear it out, make it a little bit easier for him.
That's
Oh, so
I
like
was
what
trying to
Faith
do,
is
and then I
doing?
ended up in a random corner.
Yep. Basically.
Hopefully better
Well,
than
to
this.
be fair, Faith said I am going to look for a spot that would make the most sense to clear, and then you rolled really shitty. Like Balric at least is committed to being up at that where Duper entered from, so like has a point. Yeah, so I will let you pick survival or nature, I feel, for hacking through the thicket.
We've been doing bad at nature. It has to turn at some point. Let's see here. Hey, nice. Non-natural 20.
There we go. Yeah, so you begin, and you're like close to the, like, you're not that much bigger than Duper, right? Like, he's
Yeah,
three
pretty close
feet. You're like
in
3.5.
size.
Yeah. So you
I think
realize
4'10".
4. Okay, so maybe a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
But like you realize, like, hey, yeah, I can kind of fit in, maybe not as easily. But like, you know, you have your armor on and things, and like you start at the end, kind of. What weapon are you going to use on this?
I would probably, well, I'd probably like just re-sling my bow over myself and use a light hammer just to start kind of whacking at sticks, try and break down any thorns I can see.
Yeah, so as you go in, you realize having your really any of your gear on, and I guess I would have assumed that Duper is not climbing through with gear, is not going to be productive for you. Like, yes, holding your light hammer, but like anything else, like you're just trying to put a square through a round hole type of thing. Like you're not fitting in.
Okay. Yeah, then I drop my gear and kind of start whacking down any thorns and sticks and twigs and stuff that I can see, just to try and make it a little easier for him to get through.
Yeah, so with
Especially on the way back.
Yeah, with the unnat 20, like that is very easily done, and you have dark vision, so even as you hit into the darker places of this, it is pretty easy for Balric to begin to clear a path from where Duper initially came from. Okay. Faith or Harag, is there anything that you all would like to add, or we can go back to Duper?
No, we're gonna go back to Duper. I'm
Parag?
trying to clear a path for him.
Yes, you are clearing.
Yeah,
you are
we can
committed.
just jump back to Duper.
Very
Yeah.
important.
Hey, I just don't want you all to feel left out. I'm trying to work on being a good DM over here. All right, Duper, what are you doing?
Through this. Well, with me,
I'm having fun with it though.
Gear, kind of dumping off all of my extra stuff at the entrance. I don't have my blanket or any of my stuff to try to.
Duper, if there's anything that you think that you would have brought, that you would have tried to carry in with you, that is fine to say, because I didn't say that when you started going through. So if there's something that you think you would have tried carrying, and you were also almost 2 feet smaller than Balric and probably not as stout, so you probably could have carried something in with you, or a couple somethings, depending.
So, seeing this thicket, I think I would have brought my blanket with me. That is in my backpack, but I would have left everything else to try to make this easy to get through.
Is this Duper's baby blanket by chance? Bunny blanket? Is this your bunny blanket? Describe this bunny blanket for everybody.
So, it is a sky blue knitted. It's a thick quilted blanket. It is. It's sky blue, like I said. It has a lot of Duper's favorite things on it. So it has a couple clouds. Definitely has carrots on it. And then a couple of his favorite flowers that he has encountered from his childhood, and some things that some certain flowers that he finds beautiful.
Okay. I'm gonna ask the dumb question, and I realize it is going to possibly be a really dumb question. So these are things that are knitted on. It's not like you have strung actual living carrots onto it.
Oh, nope. It is, everything is just kind of, it's like a pattern that was knitted on the blanket. There's no actual flowers or anything like that on it.
I did say it was going to be a dumb question, so I don't know why Matt was laughing as much as he was. I didn't appreciate that.
I was just thinking rotten carrots hanging off of his blanket and stuff.
They could have been fresh. You all got carrots from Turok, or the farmer gave you carrots, Farmer Thomas.
Come on, Matt. This could have been, fresh.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you have this beautiful light blue knitted blanket that has all of these symbols of where Duper's came from, kind of thing. That's cool.
Yep.
Okay.
So
go for it. What are you doing with the blanket?
I am going to try to use this thick blanket to deter any thorns that are going to try and stick me while I do this. I just want to kind of push away branches at this cat to try and have him fall into the blanket.
I like it. I don't know what I want you to roll, but I like it.
And of course, I would have, kind of shuffled my way up there first before I, since he was so far kind of out of my reach, I would kind of shuffle myself up to a point where I could do this.
Okay, so you are pretty close to, like, well, I mean, you were already pretty close because you were really only missing about a half a foot. So, make me an acrobatics check, with advantage because of how close you are. And it's not a saving throw check. Oh, great. I love when I don't even have to think.
20.
Okay, so, go ahead and I'm gonna have you roll one more thing and then we can narrate what happens. Roll me a animal handling. Oh, it was so close to being on that 18. It was a 5. Okay, so as you take this treasured blanket of yours, and for curiosity's sake, was your baby blanket a light blue knitted heavy blanket? Like your personal baby blanket?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mine was both blue and pink. That way, like whichever way it went, everything was good to go. So it is a mixture, and I have them here at the house now. Okay, so you
Nice.
take and maneuver your way up to get yourself positioned so that you are like really close to Whiskers there, and as you kind of I don't know, to me it's like a Hulk chest moment, but like it's with kind of spreading those branches as you're trying to like break through the branches and get, here kitty kitty, to drop into your loving blanket that you have. As soon as you like push through, that damn cat leaps out of the little nest that, like, I mean, and you're kind of ripping through that, but like leaps out and is now standing on top of the thicket. So, like, you are down underneath, and the cat is up at the very, like, and everybody else, like, you're hearing the cat, like, meow like crazy as Duper is doing this, and then you look, and you're, like, actually able to see the cat being up above. So the cat's up top, Duper's down underneath with his blue little blanket, and the cat is standing up at the top, not trapped anymore, meowing like crazy because Duper just scared the shit out of the cat.
After, being the closest one to see what had just happened, I will kind of relay that the cat is free and on top to the rest of the party as well.
Then I will fly up and go see him. See if I can get him.
Damn it! I had one chance to use my spell.
Failed.
What was your spell?
It did fail. Tither's floating disc.
You had one chance to use it in a way that wasn't a hindrance, and there you go. I mean, you can also fly up if you really wanted to. Alright, so the cat is up top. Faith is flying up. Is Harag also going to go up?
No. I was gonna put it on the cat.
Are you going to put it on the cat?
Doesn't fly.
Are you putting it on the cat, or are you just letting Faith go?
I'll just have Faith grab it. She can actually fly.
Yeah, so Faith, you fly up, you see the cat. Curiosity's sake, is Spot on you currently?
Yeah, he kind of like almost acts like a scarf. He's around my neck.
Okay, so as you go up, your Spot sees Whiskers there is like meowing in your ear as you approach Whiskers, and Whiskers would actually be trying to bury Duper and not Whiskers was difficult. It'd be a little bit closer. You fly up, you're able to see the cat. What would you do upon seeing it?
I would talk gently and approach it slowly so as not to startle it again. And talk sweetly. Oh, hey, sweet kitty. It's okay. You're okay.
All right,
Sort of thing as I approach slowly.
make me an animal handling check, please.
Oh, I can mess that up. Oh, yeah, let's do this. Hey, that's not bad.
It's not bad. I was really hoping that you did mess it up because then I was gonna, make this doubly interesting and have Spot hop off of your shoulder. But as you are gently calling for Whiskers, Whiskers being quite terrified of what just happened with Duper, easily, upon seeing, hey, you look friendly, see you in the mind's eye, have a great rest of your evening, but seeing that, doesn't want anything to do with Duper, so then, just immediately comes to you because you have Spot on your shoulder, and hops onto the other shoulder.
Sweet.
And you have now officially rescued one of the barnyard animals.
Like the whole session, but
I mean, you all are always, it is always fair game for you to be like, yeah, we're done with this, let's move on. Just as a FYI, I think. Nope, I don't have it on yours. My other groups are really fancy, and they can, raise their hand and tell me stuff on Foundry. I can't trust you all. You have some evil amongst you.
We actually, we still have to try and get the rabbit out. Otherwise,
that is true.
This could still get interesting. So.
Duper is still inside. And probably getting close to... Well, and so... Balric is working his way towards Duper. Duper has... Word of Radiance up. And... I mean, you have created an entrance going up at this point also. From your Hulk smash up into the, top of this.
I would like to ask Faith if I push myself up through completely and end up on top where Whiskers just was, if she could carry me back down to the floor.
Oh, that's a good question.
Because I only weigh 50 pounds.
You said 50?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a strength of 13. That's right, because I'm a paladin.
Paladins for the win.
Oh, I messed up your token. Oh my, I mixed up. I'm glad I didn't upload them. I mixed up because you're playing a sorcerer, whatever, in the Saturday group. So I combined that with the warlock order and not the paladin one.
Oh.
It's okay, I'll fix that. Yeah, so you will be able, no problem, to lift Duper up out of that. But Duper, you do have to get up there first. So,
What?
I would say you have a choice of options. You can do acrobatics, you can do athletics, you can do a straight strength if somehow that was better for you.
Oh, let's see here. You said strength, acrobatics, or athletics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna do a athletics.
Okay.
And hope to God.
Yeah, you're good to go. With having the blanket, like blocking the thorns and everything, like you are able to really get like a good grasp on and like use that to kind of pull yourself up and get up to where Faith is able to see you. You do have a little bit of a squeeze, because like the cat was like underneath a little bit of branches, and as you get to the top, you realize like the cat actually wasn't ever trapped, was just kind of nuzzled in. Oh yay, Matt's cheering for us because now we get to move to a different scene. So yes, you are able to get up, and then Faith is able to help get you up out of the thicket and back to the ground. Alright, so Duper is down, the cat's been rescued.
Since I went a little ways deeper in there, could I grab a little bit more Duper fluff?
Are you making rabbit boots?
Yeah,
Might be trying to either make boots or gloves, I don't know.
Roll me a
This is
d6. Roll me a d6.
A d6?
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's not a life-size plushie, we're fine.
I got it.
Did you all ever watch Hey Arnold? And well, that's the first question. Did anyone ever watch Hey Arnold? So if you
Yes,
have
all
it,
the
yeah.
time.
Well, was it Hilda? I feel like was her name, and the bubblegum idol that she created of Arnold.
Oh no, wasn't it?
Oh, God.
That is what I'm envisioning happening.
Yeah.
So, as you go further in, and I'm actually, because I know I had you grab before, so I'm gonna roll you. Oh, well, look at that. I'm doing all my good rolls too. So you had already grabbed 4, like not like full handfuls, but like 4, like kind of a pinch of fur type of thing. Like if you're petting your dog and you end up with some fur on your hand, like pinches like that. And then going in, you grabbed 2 additional. So you have like 6, which would be like a good handful. So like I would say you have a handful of Duper fur.
Okay.
I'm sure it has something to do
Perfect.
with all those tool proficiency PDFs that I sent to you, and I have no idea what you're doing with this.
Oh, it's it's all coming together.
Great.
Oh, God, you have to do something because your perception and investigation rolls have not been great. So you gotta make something cool.
All right, so
I'm working on 2 different things with between the shark and the rabbit fur, so it'll be kind of funny.
oh gosh, are you making a costume? Are you gonna turn into a shark? I don't want you to spoil it. I don't want to know, but I'm just making guesses now. Okay, so the kitten, everybody is out of the thicket. What would you all, and actually, so this map was actually kind of cool, because I was looking for something like this, and it was hard finding something, but there's another layer of this map where it's actually, this is like somebody's home underneath it.
Cool.
Oh,
Yeah, not at all the purpose I needed it for, but like I thought that was pretty neat.
That is pretty neat.
Yeah, the skill
Is
that
it
I
only on
don't have.
Foundry or?
No, I found this on the Reddit battle maps. I think is where I found it.
Okay.
And so
I'm
so
gonna
then
make
they
that
have both versions of that on there. I need to learn how to make maps, is where I think I'm at, especially with the Neverland group. I'm going to need some map skills. Yes, I agree with in the chat the cute doggo.
Well, this is Baymax.
Oh, I like the name. Hi, Baymax. You want to play some
I was-
D&D?
Hopefully, he'll be a good luck charm.
I
Resident
think
Druid.
we should all play with having our pets be what's in our camera view, and we just talk while holding the pet there. Okay, so
I was
that's
trying to get
out of that.
Stella to
I
climb
can't
up.
hold Clyde.
Was that? I'm working on voices. Was that Derek that just spoke?
Yeah,
We can't even see you, so it doesn't matter. You could just pretend.
I know.
All right. Let's do a quick break, and then we can come back and continue. I'm assuming going to goats, but we will see what happens. Sound good? And
That
let's
sounds good to
do a 7-minute break. So well, now it's 6. 7:15 we will come back. Central Time.
Okay.
Cool. All right, chat, we will be back in about 5 minutes. We are no map. All right, welcome back, everyone who is tuning in. Thank you for watching. If you have not had a chance, please do hit the follow button. The last time I checked, I am 1 follower away from my goal of having 60, so that would be pretty cool to hit tonight. So if you haven't followed, please do, because this group is hilarious, and you definitely want to tune in later. So we left off with gathering Duper's fur, Duper getting the cat, Faith getting the cat, all kinds of things happening involving Whiskers the cat, but we are out of the thicket and we are ready to continue on our next bit of the journey. So how would the group like to proceed?
Do we want to return Whiskers? We don't risk anything happening to him and then go after the goats?
Well, will Whiskers just kind of hang out with your cat too? Or?
I mean, he seems pretty happy there. I don't mind. I just don't want anything to happen to him.
True. Maybe we do just want to bring each animal back individually.
Since we all are together and away from Blep, I feel as though I need to clean of something. The holy symbol that I had given him and told him to contact us was nothing. There is no way for him to contact us.
Well, that
So
is
maybe-
diabolical. I love it.
Did I know that you lied?
No, that was something that I forgot to bring up.
I feel like Duper wouldn't be too perceptive, so I'll let it go this time.
So I feel as if we should check in on him and take
Definitely.
Whiskers back.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good idea. I think we should too.
And for the record, the only reason that I received him was I didn't know what this forest contained. I do not want our little friend to come of harm.
I am always cautious of having Blep follow me into the woods as well. But he always tries.
All right. Okay, so we are heading back to the, are we splitting the party? Or are we all going back this time?
I think we're all going back to check on Blep and to return Whiskers to the little girl.
Yes, I think we are. I would like to tie off like a little piece of like rope though, where the goat path is, so that we can find it back. Hopefully.
Is that Blep?
It is. I was not meaning to show it to I was wanting to see if I could send it in the chat, was what I was actually wanting to do with it. So then it like shows up for the stream to see our cute little friend. But I guess I'm not that skilled. I can just show you all. Yeah, so you're tying off like a marker just so you know where you've been and where the path is, where you saw where you didn't even see. Didn't you handle the goat shit?
Yeah. I think I still actually probably have it in my inventory.
I think he took a bite too.
Yeah, I think
Mainly
you didn't eat
knowing
shit.
the next part of what I have to do. Yeah, I did eat a little bit of it.
Fair enough. I mean, everybody has weird things that they enjoy eating. Some people like cabbage, and other people like goat shit. That's where we're at. So the group begins to head back to the farm, and really, you hadn't gotten too far before you saw the path like leading to the cat. And so you begin to head back. And Faith, do do you have Whiskers on your other shoulder? Are you gonna let Whiskers free roam? What are you thinking?
No, I'm gonna keep him. I'm gonna keep him on my shoulder for now.
How
I
is
would like to
Spot with
personally
other
hand,
animals?
Whiskers to the little girl. He's been in the town for a while. I assume he's been around Whiskers
Oh
and
yeah.
all of the other animals.
Yeah, you're right. You've been around for 5 years, and that makes sense. I'm a forgetful
It is
DM.
Hey, no
Okay,
worries.
yeah. So they
I'm
are.
sure they play. I'm sure they play together all the time.
Yeah, they totally do. They're like, if cats could have
Like,
best friends, they're probably best friends.
oh,
And
wait,
so
Spot's a girl.
yes, so she is
We
Whisker's
may have
best friend.
kittens.
We may have kittens. Oh, that would be cute. Because he's like gray and white, and Spot is an orange
Spot's an
tabby.
orange.
That, yeah, I think that might be. See, look, we invent things and we make kittens here on the stream.
I just
What
wanna
more
point
could
out,
you
anyone
ask
who's
for?
seen Star Trek: Next Generation, it's that cat.
All right, so the group
Cat's name is Spot and
continues.
everything.
You reach the end of the trail where it kind of then like the farm is up ahead, and as you peer, you do see Blep kind of pacing back and forth, like keeping a steady watch, and not really taking notice to you. Is there anything that you all would be doing at all? Are you like just? I mean, you know where you're going, but I don't know if you're trying to like spook Blep at all, or you're just trying to get there.
As we're approaching, I'm gonna start looking for the little girl because she may not be right at the house. So be keeping an eye out for her.
I just really always have like an eye out in general. Just it. My eyes like never work well, but I just kind of keep an eye out. So
I mean, the group overall, except for Faith, has pretty decent perception going on. There in the chat will pop up a blep for anyone watching on the stream. Eventually, there we go. So that is who is currently in Paladin training and is kind of keeping watch over the farm and making sure, like, if anything happens, was going to alert the group, but apparently could not. As you all are approaching and getting closer, Blep sees you all approaching, and he begins to wave very frantically in the air his grim cleaver, and he's like, hey, did you guys find everything? Has everything been found? Oh, that was really fast. I didn't think you would go that fast. See, I could have came and we would have been even faster. Well, don't everybody talk at once. How's it going? What all have you found? Did you find all the animals? Where are the animals? I don't see the animals.
well, by meow, we've found one cat.
One cat? Not just one cat. There's two cats. I see two cats. You found two cats. Oh wait, that's Spot.
No, one
Never
of the
mind.
cats came with us. Yeah.
Duper, your face during this has been kind of priceless. Do you not like Blep? And this is the one character I can roleplay and like actually do some justice to.
I'm just taking it all in, and I know at some point I'm gonna have to come clean about trying to blep, so I'm trying to not make it right now, because then he's gonna want to come into the forest.
So how's everything going? Nothing's came back here. So you just have Whiskers and Spot. Anything else? Oh, Duper. Hey, Duper. How's it going, Duper? Ooh, Duper. You've got something on your side. Does that hurt? Can I touch it? What happened?
Roger, in the side.
I had a minor inconvenience in the spot where we found Whiskers. It is nothing to be concerned. Please Please do not touch. It is a little painful.
Oh, is it going to leave a scar? Do you know that girls like scars? Scars are really cool.
It may leave a scar. This forest has many dangers in it. I am glad that you are here protecting the farm.
Oh yes, I just kept walking and I was waving the Grim Cleaver all around and I was making sure that nothing bad happened. Oh, Faith, you probably want to take Whiskers. I don't know if we gave the girl a name. We're gonna call her Sally. Sally's over behind the house. She was washing up. You probably want to take Whiskers to her. I know she's really sad. And by washing up, I think she was really just crying, but she didn't want me to bother her.
That's okay. Thank you, Vlad.
Yeah, of course.
And I will head over to Sally.
Well, once we get this cat dropped off, we can go and start to head for the rest of them.
Oh, yes, yeah, I get to go this time? Oh, that's really awesome. I was really hoping that you would say we. That's really cool. Standing here, and it's just a waste of my paladin talent.
I really do think that that the best place currently for you is still here protecting these animals and the people who live here too. You're not only protecting barnyard animals, you're protecting people too currently.
Yeah, but I think I could do so much more, and then I'd be able to talk to you guys, and I could keep you company, and you could teach me more about what it is to be like you all. I want to be just like all of you. My Grim Cleaver is being wasted here.
There are really only 3 or 4 moments in anyone's life that makes them a hero, and it's always being in the correct place. And at this time, I think this is your correct place.
Yeah, but there's nothing here. What am I doing? How is this the correct place? You all are going and you're finding things, and you had to fight those thickets or whatever it was. I put that thorn in Duper's side. Duper, are you sure that you're okay? I can take a look. I'm a paladin. I think I can heal you up. Isn't that how it works, being a paladin? Can I heal or do something?
Paladin
Quick second.
Sorry, I kind
Hurry
of
up, I
killed
got something
Zucker.
funny to say.
In these moments that everybody has, paladins know exactly how to make the most of them. Oh, in this moment you are not able to heal us. The force of any god you choose forces through your veins. With time, the power will come to you.
Oh, I'm going to be powerful? Is that what that means? I'm going to be really strong and like, oh. And my Grim Cleaver is going to even be able to hack even more because I'm going to be powerful? Oh, that's really cool, Duper.
In time, it will happen. But you have to be patient. And
Oh,
as Baldric said, this is your test.
oh, but being patient isn't something I'm really good at. Harag, do you know how to be patient? Is that something that you're good at? Can you teach me to be patient? I don't want Duper to be the only one that teaches me. What about you, Harag? Can you help?
Please tell me you guys can still hear me.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, yes, Harag, I can definitely hear
my
you.
whole computer glitched. Well, young Blip, there is one thing I can teach you.
Only
Slow
one? You seem like somebody
down.
who probably has seen a lot of things. I mean, your face looks like you've seen a lot.
Well, can't you see the man standing behind you? In fact, he's been following all of us.
All right, is this something that your character really like sees and believes, or are you trying to deceive?
It is one of the unseen spirits that I speak to. That is my flaw.
Okay. So as you say this, Duper like turns around and he goes, Harag, I don't see anything. Are you sure?
Yeah. And from the hand signals he's giving me, he is trying to tell me you are way too amped up to follow us to the forest. So like Balric said, 4 to 9 moments. This is not one of them.
I don't know if you all could hear me, but he whispered, but I could be really quiet too. I could be quiet. See? So quiet that the Twitch people can't even hear. Rob, what if I promise not to be as loud? Would that be okay? I mean, I don't know what you mean by amped up, but I think you mean I'm being loud, and I don't have to be loud. I can be quiet. I can whisper. See, I'm whispering.
I would say quiet as a field mouse, but you are about the size of one.
Oh, when I was younger, I used to catch the field mice and I used to eat them, but Renara told me I can't do that anymore. So now I catch them and I like hold them by the tail and like let them dangle a little bit and then I let them go. But like I'm like practicing. It's like there's some people who sit and they try to catch flies. Well, I sit and I try to catch the mice. Okay, well, I don't think you guys are going to let me go.
Time?
Yeah, you probably need to get back. Okay, so I'm going to stay here, and I have this stone that I'm going to use to talk to you somehow. I don't really understand how it works, but Duper, you said I just speak to it, and then you can hear me.
Yes, you. With us checking in, I feel as though we can extend the time a little bit. Why don't we say 8 o'clock this evening? If we are not back, just speak into this symbol, and I will hear you.
But Duper, if we're not back, it's gonna be dark. Are you gonna be okay in the dark? I would be scared of the dark. Are you scared of the dark? Some people can't see in the dark. Can you see in the dark? I can. Can you?
I cannot, but my fellow friends can. I am entrusting them in my sight.
Well, what about before it gets dark? If you guys think it's going to take that long, what about you come and you get me and I can help you in the dark?
Or we can come back as it gets late and maybe we can all have a picnic together for dinner.
A picnic? But what if you haven't got all the animals back? I don't know if that's a good idea. We shouldn't celebrate if we don't have something to celebrate. But maybe we can have a snack. I'm sure you all will need a snack. We could do a snack. That sounds good. But all I do is I talk into this token.
That is all you do.
Alright, buddy. You know what you need to roll.
Oh, I know exactly what I need to roll.
Pulling a fast one on the DM last week. I'll be nice.
I didn't think about it until after. I was like, oh shoot. I didn't tell Charlie about that.
I just assumed it was something. Oh shit.
Oh no. Oh no.
I feel like Harag would just start laughing at how Duper says that.
Alright, here we go.
Does anyone have any channel points to help with that? You only need 1,500 channel points, but somebody used theirs.
Yeah, I used mine. Anybody
I should have
else?
done the recap this week to have my
Leave it in.
inspiration.
All right. So Duper looks at you and he's like, "But are you sure? Because I tried talking to you before and I didn't get a response. I know you said to only do it once, but I thought I could do it more than once and it would be okay. And I don't know if it was because it wasn't the right time, but I just really needed to talk to you, Duper, because I want to be just like you, and it's really hard to be just like you if I'm not around you. So I thought if I talked to you and I checked in, maybe that would help me to, feel paladin-y or whatever it is that you feel. And so I was trying to do that. And so I picked up the token and I tried using it, but it didn't work. You never responded. I'm not sure why you didn't respond. Maybe you were just busy, but I'm not sure. But I just want to be certain this does in fact work, right?
There are some times that it does not quite work. I may have mixed up my symbols.
Did you give me the
that I
wrong?
have.
Did you give me the wrong token? Is there a different token?
I believe I did give you the wrong token, and it would appear, and as I'm saying this, Duper is going to frantically be digging through his bag, trying to find a way to kind of salvage this fib that he did to Blep. And
Oh, are you looking for this one? And I'll pull out the fish tooth necklace.
All right.
that
Matt, you
one
need to roll some
might
deception.
be the right one.
This is
That
not
one
going to
there
be good.
might be the right one, Balric.
Ooh, an 8.
I mean, it's better than a 1. I think you all are mistaken. Why would it be a tooth? That makes no sense. I can pull out my tooth and I can give it to somebody and it doesn't do anything. I don't think it works like that. I think you all just don't want me to go with you. I don't think I'm wrong.
Not that.
Then what is it?
It is not that we do not want you to come with us, young Blep. You and your
People say
Great
young when they're trying to insinuate that and he probably wouldn't say that word. People say young when they think that I can't do something, but I can do lots of things, right, Faith? You've seen all the things I can do. I mean, I defeated those sea ogres the other day with the Grim Cleaver. I totally saved Tarak's life. I just don't understand why everyone keeps underestimating me. And I told Tarak I should have brought the Grim Cleaver in the first place, and he said no. Y'all need to help Blep along, because this voice is a little much for me. And I've committed to it, though.
Right, all right. Can I roll a persuasion to have him stay and guard the village?
You can, but you need to give me that persuasion speech that you're giving to Blep.
All right, all right.
All right?
All right, little buddy.
I told you I don't like being called little.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You are.
It's okay,
you are
Faith.
my buddy, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
You are my buddy.
And Duper kind of, I'm not gonna whisper because then my mic won't pick it up, but Duper kind of drops his voice, or why am I saying Duper? Blep. Blep drops his voice a little bit and was like, Faith, I don't want them to know, I'm your little buddy, but they don't need to know that. Okay? And he's kind of kicking at the ground. He's like, I want to go with them. I want to be cool too. I've never seen someone really small like Duper is, and he's so cool. I want to be cool. I'm small.
You are cool. That's why Duper asked you to stay here. So you can help protect your friends and family and the animals. Because somebody has to.
Why does it have to be me?
Because nobody else can. You are our special blep.
What do you mean nobody else can? Anybody can stand around. I've seen
Yes,
plenty
but
of
they
people
don't
do it all
have
the
Grim
time.
Cleaver.
That is
Yes.
true. I
But
do
if
have the Grim
something
Cleaver.
happens, they don't have Grim Cleaver.
That is true. That you're right. I mean, it is a magical sword.
And nobody has the magical sword. Not even Duper.
That's true. All right, roll that persuasion check. Let's see what you do. Oh, you already rolled it. My bad.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Uh-huh.
With the, I did not have. I have too many windows open on this. Yeah. So with that 17, as Blep is kind of kicking around in the sand, he's like, "You're right. No one else has the Grim Cleaver, and you all have lots of people, and Farmer Thomas, they don't have anyone around, so I guess." And he's kind of like, he's definitely muttering and stuff, so that's why I'm not doing the hyper voice. He's like, "Yeah, I should stay. All right, Duper Harag, I'm going to stay. I think that's the thing I should do. I totally think that is exactly what a paladin would do. They would stay even if they don't want to, but they knew that they should, they would totally stay. Don't you agree?"
I don't know about Duper, but I do agree that's what a paladin would do. Duper?
It is the best place
It's probably best if Duper
to
doesn't talk.
start your journey.
Harag, do you think so too? Because I think you're pretty cool too. So it's not just Duper, but you know, Duper's closer to me than you are. But maybe you could be close too. You just have to kneel down.
Although I am not one who kneels, I will agree that this is still the safest place for you, young Blep.
So like, when I become a paladin, do I become old Blep? Like, how does that work? Because I really don't like the young Blep. But like, if this is part of the process, then I guess I'm here for it.
It all takes time. Yep.
Everybody always says
Have
everything
to be
takes
patient.
time. I have to be patient. All right, well, you all should probably get back. I mean, if all you got was the kitten, like, I know that the little girl is happy about having her cat back and all, but, like, they probably need the bacon back, too.
Probably that goat.
Yeah.
So those goats. So we better get a move
Yeah.
on here.
You better get a moo on, because I think you need to get some cows back, too, don't you? You all have lots of work to do. This is
Yeah.
definitely going to
Yeah,
take a
we got,
month or
like-
more.
A cow in a bowl.
You only came back with a kitten.
Some
Wow.
chickens.
And this family's going to starve if you all don't get to. I'm doing my job. You should go do yours.
I agree. Thank you, Blep.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. Keep you all in check. He begins
What would
pacing
we do
again.
without you, Blep?
Appreciate it. You all better go fast.
Let's go, guys.
Onward.
As you all depart, you can overhear Blep as he's like pacing back and forth, like definitely wearing a pattern as he's walking. You can hear him like talking, and he's like kind of like I guess daydreaming, if you will, about like when he's big and fierce and as brave as the group and able to go on adventures with you all. He's just kind of daydreaming aloud about like what that would look like for him.
It's so cute. He thinks we're big.
All right,
And then I will keep an eye out for my for the goat path. So
To the left, to the left.
Yeah, so walking in to the forest obviously is no problem at all for the group because it is a decent path. As you all continue in, and have gotten to the point where you're starting to feel like, oh, we should be really close, go ahead and I feel like that would be Balric, who would be looking for that marking. Roll for me. I don't know. I feel like there's so many choices. So, investigation, perception, nature, survival. You pick. Whatever you don't think you'll fail at. Probably not nature.
I might try survival. We'll see here because I did tie something off, so we'll see. Oh, not terrible. A 17.
Yeah, so as you all are walking in and you hit that point of, oh, this is looking very familiar, you continue a little bit past what looks familiar, and then you're like, oh, no, we definitely did not go this far. Like, you notice a puddle, like, off to the side, and you're like, yeah, I don't remember there being a puddle. And so you turn yourself back around, and you go back just about, like, 5 feet or so, and you notice where you had made that tie off. And so, and that's the point where, you could go right and you found the kitten, and that's the point where the group separated. Let's just call it what it is. That's the group where the group decided to be assholes last week and go in separate places. No hard feelings, though, from the DM who had to think through that.
I think we could probably find Milo and Pebble down this way. Oddly enough, still not named Otis.
I'm sorry.
Naming Pebble Otis.
I'm fine with that. So I have been using ChatGPT to help me with session prep, which has been like actually quite incredible. At like generating names and things that came up with the list of animals. So like, I don't know why they would have missed that. Like, if you're gonna name something Milo, the other part needs to be Otis. So whoever is working. It's like peanut butter and jelly.
No, it's peanut butter and fluff. Get it right.
That's also true. Yeah.
Peanut butter and
like...
fluff.
There we go. All right, so you've reached the point of going left to find Milo and Otis. Oh, well, I think that, if you had saved your things, you could have renamed the characters. There's a name an NPC reward. So, like, really, you all just need to be watching
for
4,000.
more.
I know, I just didn't know what to set things at. I will play around with that. Because that seems like one that should be lower. Okay. So you go to the left. What is the group doing? How are you proceeding?
Does somebody warn the Duper and I about the poop in the middle of the road?
Nope.
Well, technically, Ulrich said it was in his inventory, so I'm pretty sure he scooped it all up.
Here's hope.
Some of it.
So where was it?
Alright, so you all go to the left and you begin walking as you're doing so Harag and Balric, you would be like, you're aware, you're kind of keeping an eye out, and really I guess anyone and I guess you'd be aware, but you wouldn't necessarily remember exactly where and going back through, because like it's not on a trail. Right, so you can tell me your passive, or you can roll perception for me, everybody.
Oh, this is gonna be bad if I don't go with my passive.
Yeah, much better.
Faith, you got to work on your perception.
Yes.
Harag, are you going with your passive?
Yeah, and that's a
I'll go with
14.
my passive.
And your
9.
passive is 9. So as you all are going through, who's leading the group, I guess is my first question.
Not me. I found a squirrel back there somewhere.
I would assume it would be between Balric and Harag, but that assumption could make an asshole out of me and you, so who knows?
I'll probably. I think Balric would be leading, kind of like. See, first I found these branches that were broken, and then Harag found some pellets that we think may
And you
may
took
belong
Maybe
to a
it's
goat.
Maybelline.
So maybe it is. It could be.
Alright, so you
Maybe it's
begin...
Milo.
Maybe it's Milo. You all begin walking through, kind of pointing at, like, reminding of things, and Balric, you quickly do remember where the poop incident occurred, because, like, how could you forget? And then Duper, as you were following and you kind of notice, Balric kind of step out of the way, like, you taking notice of that would also move, and Harag, you're aware that it's there. You kind of are probably chuckling to yourself, remembering Balric eating shit. But then Faith,
Definitely.
whenever your character comes up, you just like go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, good. Oh,
So as you are walking through, and not taking notice of the group. Oh, thank you, Matt, for that. You suddenly,
Just remembering I still had my prime.
you step on to the remnants of this goat shit, and you begin to kind of slide a bit, but you don't eat the ground. You don't fall. Like, you don't totally fall, but you do slip a bit from stepping in shit. Welcome to my stream where I like to make everything about shit, because that is what happened Saturday as well. But you didn't fall, but you did step in shit.
damn it.
Alright, so you all are at the point of where you found evidence of Milo and Otis.
Thanks for the heads up, y'all.
I couldn't remember quite where it was. So.
Even though you were in the front and stepped around it somehow. Maybe you just got lucky. Maybe it's not that you stepped around, you got lucky. Let's go back on that.
My short little legs.
You're shorter to the ground, you can smell it better.
So I guess since I'm in front, I'll try and kind of think like a goat as much as possible for like where a couple of goats would want to be, or where even just a single goat would want to be, which I'm guessing would be on the ground, but maybe they want to climb, and just kind of start scanning, doing my 10s and 20s. So
Okay.
Did
Yeah,
you
so
really use my
as
laptop as a pillow?
as
Sorry,
you're
but
oh no, you're
Baymax is
okay.
using the...
Hey, dogs come first. It's dogs, D&D, and then whatever else.
And he's using my laptop as a pillow, so it's actually kind of cute.
Mine likes to like put her paws up on the top of it, like from behind, and then slam it shut. And like I realize that's probably really bad, but she's not big, but like it's just so adorable that like I think it's so cute. So I'm like, yeah, close my computer, and then I'm like, oh, one day she's gonna break the screen, and I'm not going to think it's cute anymore. But I take it as her telling, because, like, a lot of the time I'd be working a lot, and so I take it as her being like, nope, it's time for you not to work anymore. Anyway, back to focusing on D&D. So, you're low to the ground, kind of looking around. So, I mean, again, you can pick from what you feel would work. Probably investigation or nature.
Investigation. I have a lower plus to it, but I'll try investigation just to see. Maybe I'm. Oh nope, still a 10.
As you are looking around and trying to think like a goat, I mean, it's not hard to imagine what, like, a goat would want, right? Like, they want to eat grass. So you begin kind of focusing on seeing if there might be a clearing that would lead to perhaps a meadow or someplace that the goats would be able, because, like, where you're at now, I mean, it's just fallen leaves and debris, sticks and things. So, like, nothing that the goats are going to want to be chomping on for dinner.
I think we should look for a clearing or a meadow, if possible.
I just kind of feel like Harag would have something smart to say to that. Like a no duh, Sherlock.
I was kind of waiting
Believe it
for
or
it
not,
myself.
I was thinking on, Alright, I'm doing it. Hang on. Well, come on, mister. Tried to shoot at a shark that's halfway into the ocean? Guide us to the meadow that you seek.
Suddenly, I get very protective of myself, and I say, "Tried to and hit," and then I'll start looking for the meadow.
So as you are looking, kind of walking, kind of following in the path that you'd been going on, is there anyone that's looking? So besides thinking like a goat, anyone who is looking for anything else that might help in following?
Looking for tufts of fur.
Nice.
Like dupers.
Like
goats.
dupers. Goats.
But goats.
Tufts of fur. Oh. Awesome. Thank you, Tyler, for subscribing. I appreciate that.
Devin, you really changed your name to 10d6?
Oh, is that? See, I don't know you all.
No.
Okay, roll me survival or nature. Or I guess even investigation. I'm not too much of a stickler. If that ever bothers you all, you can definitely let me know, but...
Survival and nature are the same plus. Oh, that's you. Sorry, Faith.
Hey, you both got the same thing.
Hey, perfect!
But Faith got it first and was the one who was actually called you Matt. This is not just the Matt show. I'm teasing. Yeah, so Faith, as you're looking around for tufts of goat hair fur, is it called hair or fur for goats? Weird questions. You do notice that going to the northeast, that was really directionally challenging for me. You begin to notice that there are some, you see first a little bit of fur, not like much, like you like just kind of notice and you're like, oh, okay. And then as you look, you happen to see that there are some tracks going in that direction as well.
Nice. What kind of tracks they are? I'm not that special, but I found some tracks.
They're goat tracks. Sorry, your DM is not that good at being descriptive.
Oh, I'm not nature based. I don't know.
Okay, well, fair enough. So you notice some tracks that kind of look like on each side, kind of look like teardrop-ish, would be how you might describe it to your companions there.
Heck, I would have just been like, all right, what kind of tracks are these?
Taste the track. No.
Lick it! Lick the track! Lick the track for inspiration.
I mean, go for it.
Ooh, if it's for that, then I will.
Lick the track for advantage on your next roll.
Oh, that is definitely worth it.
If you're doing it, describe how our ranger friend goes about licking this track and what he's hoping to get from it.
So I will kind of like listen to the ground for a second, and then I'll like lick the track and try to judge how long ago the hoof was there.
And I'm just gonna look at him like he's nuts.
Okay.
Did you just lick it?
Duper Harag, what do you do as you see this dwarf drop to the ground, putting his ear to the ground, and then suddenly sticking out his tongue and just full on, like, and when I say lick the track, like, you are licking the track, like, it's not like a poke. You are slobbering. Yeah. You are a 5-year-old who just got handed this giant ice cream cone or lollipop, and like you're excited to taste the track.
That's the only way I'd do it.
So, Harag seeing Balric go to slobber on this hoof print, he's going to laugh at himself and laugh at you and say, I didn't even have to ask you. Are you that stupid?
I'm going to laugh if it actually works to figure out how long ago it was.
So, Cooper, watching his friend do this, kind of, I don't want to say making a fool of himself, but kind of expressing himself in his own way, and hearing Harag kind of start to say what he's going to say. I want to see if I could do a check to see if I could tell kind of what, pretty much trying to see if I could tell what is, pretty much everything about this track before Balric licks this track to try to stop him from doing it.
Oh, you're wanting to keep him from licking it?
That is the lawful part of me talking. The neutral part is hoping that he still licks it.
Oh, the lick is happening.
Okay. Roll for me nature or survival. So as Balric is down on the ground, he is committed, like tongue out. He is getting ready.
Yeah.
He's getting ready to lick, and you look at the track like really quickly, and you begin to kind of like start to sputter out that based on like the. I really wish at this point I was an actual hunter person and knew anything. But you're like, based on the depth of the track and like it looks to be pretty fresh. Is what you're able to kind of conclude. You're like, I would say that they had to have been here maybe an hour or two ago.
Knowing that, I don't say anything, and I let Balric lick this track.
Okay.
And I'm just like, did you just lick it?
All right, and then Harag, anything that
I feel
you
like
would be
Barry, you're
doing?
licking track.
Not really. Not after seeing him lick the track. I was just following blindly. Now I'm just laughing to myself.
Probably thinking, what an idiot. Alright, Matt, roll.
I'm
You can
just
pick
like,
from the one. I would go nature or survival. Let's keep it on one of those two, but you do get advantage.
Ooh, I do get advantage.
I mean, you slobber
Let's see.
licked the
Damn,
track. But didn't do
I got a
shit.
12.
I mean, I gave you an extra point. Your first roll was an 8, and the second one was a 9. Well, and then plus the 3. So an 11 and a 12. As you're down there, you're licking the track. You, like, just pick up on your tongue, like, you have, basically, you have a mouthful of mud. And you don't feel any wiser to what, like, this would have told you. Like, you don't really feel like you concluded anything, but it's up to you if you are going to admit that to the group, that you actually didn't gain any more knowledge than what you otherwise would have known. So, like, you would know,
I'll be like,
you wouldn't know, like, 1 to 2 hours, but you would feel that the tracks are definitely from today.
I say, oh yes, the perfect mountain dwarven mud stew. I always love a meal from home. They went this way, and I'll just start walking.
sitting there muttering to myself, what have I gotten myself into? I've known these people for like a day and they're licking freaking tracks.
So, after Balric licks this mud pie and kind of just starts walking away from the group, I will tell Faith and Harag that it was about an hour ago that these goats had made these tracks, but I will not deter Balric from his tracking abilities. So I will keep that between Faith and Harag and myself.
I am such a bad tracker.
Power Ranger!
Yeah, I'm only good in Arctic.
Faith, Harag, would you tell him? Or would you just kind of keep, like, a chuckle to yourself about it?
But he seems so proud of himself. I'll let him have it.
The evil part would just laugh at him.
Alright, so the group continues in the direction of the tracks following, and in, like, between Duper having a 15 and Matt eating mud, and by Matt, Balric eating mud, you all do kind of keep wind, and then as you're, looking at the tracks, kind of following along, you notice up ahead that there is a lot more light shining through, the forest. And it's probably about, I would say, 200 yards away, like, you're seeing a lot of light that's kind of shining through.
I feel like they went this way.
And as you step into that direction, and you begin to walk, and you kind of, following, like, where you see the light, after about, like, walking, I would say 15, 20 feet, look at me being all American, going from yards to feet and everything else, you then, like, you catch a much larger trail. So, like, at this point, you all have just been, like, in the thick of the forest, and now you have come across the trail.
Faith, do you know this trail, perchance?
History check, Faith.
Definite maybe.
If you think you've spent a lot of time exploring the forest, you can roll with advantage.
Well, in 5 years, I've probably spent a lot of time exploring the area. So
17 for that. So as you kind of get your bearings, so do you think Faith is the type, like if she does go out exploring, is she the type to stay on the trail, or would she be kind of venturing through the forest and things in this 5-year time?
she'd end up in the forest exploring outside off the trail too.
Okay. So as you get to this trail and kind of like get your bearings and stuff, like you realize, like thinking through the area, like maybe you haven't exactly been in the parts that you all just came from, but like you've been around the area, and you realize like what has happened is the trail that you were on from Farmer Thomas has eventually like looped itself around to then you were able to get back onto that same trail. So like it makes like a kind of a big loop through the forest, and so you do recognize it, and you know that there is a pretty large clearing that is going to be up ahead.
This way.
Perfect.
This should be the meadow that Balric was looking for.
Okay, so the group continues. Is there anything anybody would be doing? And if not, that's cool too if you're just walking.
Just kind of as always, keeping an eye out, just making sure that there's nothing that looks like it's any pertinent danger to us or anything. So
Yeah, same here.
There we go.
You
I'd say I'm keeping an eye on making sure there's no danger, but we know that's not going to work out.
All right, so as the group continues, and are you going to walk on the path, or are you going to stay off the path?
Is the meadow straight ahead on the path? Or
Yes, and
know,
you would
like,
you would know
straight
that.
ahead?
Yeah, the meadow is, so the path leads to like an even larger opening. It's probably large enough that a small cart could get on, maybe a small wagon. So like it's a pretty decent path.
I mean, I know the path. Can't guarantee I know around the path.
I think we follow the path.
Okay, fair enough. As you all follow the path and you get to the edge of it. Oh, I don't have that. As you get to the edge and you look across, you can see this very large, and Faith, you'd be very familiar with this. So the first thing that you know, well, and I guess really depending on your character, you might notice different things. But as you get to the meadow, at the end of the path, there are some small rocks, like almost like they're sitting stones that you could rest upon if you needed. And then up ahead, you can see a field that is full of beautiful blue and orange flowers, wildflower flowers that are growing, some tall grasses as well. And then to the left, so that would be when you're on the path, that would be to your right. Like as you're standing at the end of the path, to the right, you see this field of wildflowers that are kind of dancing in the gentle breeze that is flowing through. And to the left of the path, you can see a pretty large boulder, and then around it there are some smaller rocks kind of encircling, and the rocks are like large enough that you'd be able to stand on and things. And from that large boulder there is a small waterfall that is kind of flowing down, and it flows down into, like, it's not like as deep of a, not deep, but like not as wide of like a space that you would anticipate for like a waterfall. But it seems to just be flowing down into that, and there doesn't seem to be like a river or a creek or anything that is flowing off of that. And then you also notice a pretty large tree that has fallen near there. There's some bushes around, and there are some trees, like the trees kind of outline the perimeter of this. That should drop you on. It is a larger map. I actually built it within Foundry, which was interesting. It was definitely my level of map making skills was dropping oh gosh, tiles in and doing it. Like, that worked for me. So welcome to my first map.
It looks fantastic.
Thank you. It looks like I did exactly what I said and I dropped tiles on, but it works. And I guess I should switch. Let me fix this on here.
Oh, and I should be up front, I guess, correct?
Yes, you can move your tokens wherever you would be in marching order.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to be far behind.
And you can move yourself, like, up where you're at the edge. That's fine, too.
Okay.
And so, as you are there and peering around, you would notice that standing on that large boulder, you do see a black goat and a white mountain goat. And they are kind of standing up. They're not really paying any attention to anything. I think, like, it's almost as if they are kind of resting in the sun up on that not mountain, but up on that boulder.
I do see Marlowe and Pebble up on that boulder. Maybe we should try and sneak up on them and
Otis.
herd them more. Oh yeah, did we change it to Otis?
Oh, yes, sorry.
It in my notes.
Yeah, Milo and Otis. My bad. That was me. I'm going to change it in my notes so I stop. Yeah, and so Milo is, you can kind of, looking, you can see Milo is the one that was described as, you know, consistently getting out, so is definitely a little mischievous. A black goat that has curved horns, and known for escaping, which, you know, Faith also reminded the group, and has a knack for, like, finding the best areas, like, when he does escape. It is pretty typical for them to find him in a very decent field. Not necessarily this meadow, but, like, he has a knack for finding the best patches of vegetation. And then Otis is a very sturdy mountain goat, has a thick, shaggy white coat. The horns on Otis are quite impressive, and she is known for being very, having a lot of agility and being able to climb the steep slopes. And so, like, climbing up on this boulder probably was very little effort for Otis. And so, as you're standing at the edge and you recognize two animals that you are in search for, and at this point of day, it's probably, I would say, you all were interrupted at breakfast, and breakfast was probably at like 7 a.m., pretty early, at least my definition of early. And then, so at this point in, like, dealing with everything, it's probably 9, like, especially with the blep stuff, that probably took a while to get through. and walking through the forest. And so as you're looking across, the sun is pretty high, pretty bright. Is there anything that the group would be doing, looking for?
Sorry, I'm taking notes.
Oh, you're good. See, I really like streaming because I no longer have to worry about if I forget something, because I just have to go back.
True.
Yes, there are goats on this Isle of Dragons. I don't know if there necessarily would have been goats, but I've added some goats to it. We've got a whole farm. I probably need to redraw the actual map and make it into some different things. I've fallen off of the path of doing what the book says by a long shot. Anything that the group would do at this point?
I do a check or any sort of roll to kind of see if I would know that goats could be snuck up on or if their senses make it hard to do so.
Yes, you can definitely do a check. I don't know which check I would want you to do, but you for sure can. I mean, I guess that would probably be, I would think, history or survival would be what I would think in regards to that. Like, history, assuming maybe you've read something about goats at some point.
Okay.
Shit, you know all there is to know about goats.
Part is if there is an encounter, I'm gonna roll like crap.
So you would be aware that goats are, so like, everything I pointed out about goats. Oh, and they are apparently a primary food source for dragons, reading from the chat. But you would also know that, one, like, going off of what I was already saying, they are very good at climbing. They can climb up to the tops of trees apparently very easily. I'm not fact checking, this is the first thing that Google pulled up. And getting up, like, on the sides of dams, and in this case on this boulder. And you would know that you can't sneak up on a goat because, like many other hooved animals, their pupils are rectangular, so this gives them about 320 to 340 degrees of vision, which compared to humans or humanoids, would be, we have about 160 to 210 degrees. So they have quite a bit more range of what they can see.
Oof. And I would kind of relay what I remember to the party too. Kind of saying that maybe sneaking up on them isn't the best because we would have to be super sneaky in order to do it with their vision, and my stealth is not great at all.
Also in the chat, I realize I don't know how to show it, but somebody in the chat let you all know that the goat is likely a trap. But apparently my bot didn't like it because it was all caps.
It's a trap.
It's a mimic.
It's a mimic. Oh, shoot.
I am so bad in forests.
What did you pick as your, like, thing?
Arctic because so being a mountain dwarf, I came from somewhere cold, so I went with Arctic instead of like forests.
I mean that's fair. So you went, instead of like min maxing, you went with like what would actually apply to your character. So
Yeah.
Oh, Betty's gonna get a surprise in the morning. I look over and Baymax was peeing on Daddy's clothes.
Oof.
oh. Alright, so the group knows that sneaking up on the goats is unlikely going to be successful. As you all are standing there kind of looking and debating what to do, is there anything else anyone else would try doing?
Well, let's see.
Nice, thank you for the follow, appreciate that. I've reached my goal of 60, that's pretty exciting.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Ooh.
Thank you all for that. Today was like a great day for getting some follows. I really appreciate that. Anything that the group would be trying to think through? Are we just approaching now that Duper has made the group aware that, yeah, sneaking up on them isn't going to work?
I will be looking for a good spot to maybe, I don't know, kind of trap them. I mean, with them being goats, it's really hard to trap them because they can literally climb to the top of trees, but I'll be trying to find like a good spot that would maybe...
Did Balric know that before Duper told him?
No, Balric would not have known that. Being from the mountains, I mean, maybe some mountain goats, but
mountain goats.
yeah, maybe a few, but I don't know. Between the giants and everything, I don't know how many mountain goats made it. So
Hrog,
She's right here.
with your evil side, I have known that some of your people are known to follow certain goat type people. Do you have any ideas?
Are you asking me how to capture a goat?
Well, not so much capture, more of how to persuade.
Wait a minute. The dog is a shepherd dog.
That's a good point.
You only have the
We
cat.
could use the dog.
see what you're getting at, though. If we can find the dog first, maybe we can herd the goats and sheep. If we ever find the sheep.
Heck, maybe even the cow. So
We have sheep? I don't think we have sheep.
I thought there was one sheep, wasn't there?
There's chickens. I remember the
There's
chickens.
There's
Oh.
lots of chickens.
Yeah, there's an ostrich,
Yes,
And
there's
an
an
ostrich.
ostrich.
an Oscar.
And the pig.
And a
Pig.
partridge
Oscar the
in the
pig.
pear's tree. But I don't think there's any sheep.
Yeah, there was no sheep. There's a sheep dog, but no sheep.
Okay.
that's what it was.
It's a goat dog. I just called it the wrong thing. It's a goat dog.
It's a goat dog.
Maybe if we find him or her, they can help us.
Very true. Maybe we should leave the goats untouched currently and go look for the dog.
Okay. We are at reaching the 8:30 point, so just so I know for next week, we are abandoning the goats in search of the goat dog.
What do you
Well, I am loath to do it, but I don't see a way of getting them without the dog.
What if we do this? What if we kind of make a small camp? Don't light a fire, just kind of sit and watch. Maybe dog will find the sheep or the goats while we are contemplating how to tackle this
I-
obstacle.
Actually, Duper, we can do that, but how many carrots do you have? Could you spare
Well, I
me?
do have this one magical carrot that I have no idea what it does.
Oh, no, no, no. I don't want to take your magical carrot. I was wondering if maybe we could tempt the goats with some carrots.
Well, that is true. Let me look in my sack. I will kind of go through my inventory here. And I do have 3 carrots. One of them the typical orange, and then I have a yellow one and a more greenish tint one that I got from Vera.
Yeah, and so that one had the. I don't remember what it did. But, I mean, it would be. It did something. So we just kind of go with.
Yeah. That is a fantastic idea, Faith. I did not even think of that.
I hate to take the carrots from you, but
Well, if it can help the party, I am more than willing. Just not my magical one. I don't know what
Of
that
course
one
not.
does.
All I can picture currently is Duper tying carrots to a string and riding the goats.
With his blue baby blanket?
You bet.
his neck
Like, yeah.
Hi ho, Silver!
Away!
He's just gonna take that blue baby blanket, dangle the carrots, put him on the goats, and go for a ride.
So, yes. That actually works for a pretty good place to stop because I can kind of come up with what Duper would do, and then I could message Charlie, and that is where we can pick up next week.
I am all for it, and I can figure out what I think the magic carrot would be, because I forgot about that.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
That's I didn't want to pull it out this session because that was something that we never talked about either. So
Well, I feel like Gavin said what it did, but like it was one of those things where like they would have been able to remind us later type of thing, so I don't think we might have not caught it.
yeah, no, I did not. Oh, it was purple, white, and yellow. Sorry for the 3 colored carrots that I do have. It was purple, white, and yellow.
Okay. Let me jot that down. Purple, white, yellow, and then you have a magical.
Yep.
Well, and I guess magical isn't the best. Like, you have an enhanced carrot.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I literally just threw it in my inventory as magic carrot, and then I was gonna touch base with that later. And yeah.
Cool. Awesome. All right.
Parag is
So
just in the corner with the emotes that I that I posted.
on fire. All right, chat. Thank you if you were tuning in for tonight's game. I hope you enjoyed. This game is always very entertaining to watch. We will be dangling some carrots, I suppose, next week. Let's get ready for a raid. Let's see who is online. Perfect. The one I have set up is online. All right, we are going to raid the Nerdy Playbook is where we are getting ready to head to. And I do not know why my thing is spamming the chat. All right, here we go. Let's try. Cool. right, so again, thank you. If you did not follow, make sure that you do so that you will be all set to tune in next week. It was great having you all, and thank you for the subscriptions, and thank you for the follows.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
See you
All
next
right.
week.
See you all
Bye,
next
guys.
week.